Welcome, everybody. This is the Committee on Labor, Culture, and the Arts. Today is Friday, March 18th, 2022. It is 3 p.m. and we are in conference room 225. We have a number of governor's messages this afternoon. But prior to that, I have a couple of housekeeping announcements. In the unlikely event that we have to abruptly end this hearing due to technical difficulties, the committee will reconvene to discuss any outstanding business at 3 p.m. on Monday, March 21 in this room, 225. And a public notice will be posted on the legislature's website. I'd like to note that we will be enforcing a time limit per testifier of 2 minutes. Okay, I think that's it. So we'll proceed with a number of these governor's messages. First up, we have governor's message 691, submitting for consideration and confirmation to the Hawaii Workforce Development Council, gubernatorial nominee Chong Malone. So we have testifiers, Alan Hayashi for the Workforce Development Council. Do you want to stand on your testimony, or?
I'll stand, Chair, but I did want to thank.
You gotta use the mic.
Okay.
Because they can't hear you.
Thank you, Chair, Vice Chair, who's, I guess, viewing remotely, and members of the committee. We do want to thank you for expediting this hearing of our 9 members. And some of them, unfortunately, couldn't be here because of the relatively short notice. So they're on travel or unavailable. So we should take that into consideration because they all wanted to be here and appear personally. But with that, we stand on our testimony and we stand ready to answer any questions.
Okay, Mr. Hayashi, would you mind if you stood on your support for all the governor's messages?
I do.
Okay,
Thank you.
we appreciate that.
Thank you.
Otherwise, you got to go back and forth.
Thank you.
Okay, we also have for the Department of Labor Industrial Relations, the Director Ann Pereira is Eustachio.
Good afternoon, Chair, Vice Chair, and members of the committee. Ann Eustachio, Director, Department of Labor. The department is in strong support of the appointment of Ms. Chang Malone to the Hawaii Workforce Development Council. We stand on a written testimony, and I just want to state that the department believes that Ms. Malone's extensive experience, accomplishments, and education will enable her to provide valuable service as a member of the Hawaii Workforce Development Council. And I'm here for any questions. Thank you.
Mrs. Eustachio, would you also like to stand on the other governor's messages? Or?
Yes,
Okay,
I will
in support.
stand in support.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, as noted, I did receive a email from Ms. Malone indicating that she wanted to be here, but was on business in the mainland and would be in a meeting at this time, I guess. So, okay, so we'll proceed. I'm sorry. Any questions from members to the testifiers? Thank you. Now we'll proceed to Governor's Message 692. This is also for the Workforce Development Council. Keith Demello. Yes, so we have testimony from Mr. Hayashi and Pereira Eustachio. We also have, I guess we have testimony support from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other individuals. I'm sorry, 7 individuals. Let's see, I believe we also have Zoom testimony from Friends of Civil Rights, Amy Agbayani. Is she on? Okay.
Aloha, Chair.
Hi, Amy.
Can you hear me? Hi, Chair.
Florida.
Thank you very much for hearing this nomination. He will be an excellent member of the testimony. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Amy. We also have as testifier the nominee, Keith Demello. You want to speak? Yeah.
Aloha, Chair, members
Aloha.
of the committee. I am Keith Demello, the governor's nominee to the State Workforce Development Council. It's great to see you all in person. I would be truly honored by this opportunity to serve in this way. Born and raised in Hawaii, product of the UH system. I've been looking for an opportunity like this to give back. I've served both in the public and private sector, including within the state of Hawaii, state government, most recently as part of the Office of Enterprise Technology Services, ETS, where we prioritized IT workforce development. But in my current capacity at Ulu Pono Initiative, we work across sectors, agriculture, renewable energy, clean transportation, and other sectors. And I see a lot of opportunity there as well in innovative agriculture, renewable energy expertise, maintenance, and great other areas. I'm very encouraged, and hello, Senator, and Vice Chair. I would I'm very much impressed and excited by the Council's focus on resilience, which I think is very important, and the local workforce's role in that. So I hope to contribute and have a meaningful addition to the Council's efforts. So I humbly ask for your consideration and approval of my nomination to the Council, and I'm available for questions.
Okay, why don't you just stay there for a moment? Members, do we have any questions for either the testifiers or for Mr. Demello? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll proceed to Governor's Message 693 and 694 as they cover nomination of Gerald Schmitz to the Workforce Development Council. I believe we only have testimony from Director Perez Eustachio and Alan Hayashi, Mr. Hayashi, for both of these. I think that's all the testifiers we have. Do you have any questions for the two testifiers? Okay, if not, we'll proceed to Governor's Message 695. All of these are for the Hawaii Workforce Development Council. This is for Dion Dizon. Let's see, we have testimony from Mr. Hayashi and Director Eustachio. We also have We also have 8 testimonies in support of this governor's message. And we also have the nominee, I believe, online, who's on Molokai. Okay, maybe she might join us later. Do you don't have anybody else of the testifiers online to testify? No, okay. So do we have any questions for our 2 in-person testifiers? If not, we'll proceed. The governor's message 696. This is for, again, the Hawaii Workforce Development Council. This is for Scott Collins. I believe Mr. Collins is in Arizona and wanted to be here, but he is there on business, and we have him online by any chance? He said he was gonna try. Okay. Alrighty. Do you have any questions for the testifiers? Oh, I'm sorry. We also have HGA testify in person. I didn't see that. Sorry.
Thank you, Chair, Vice Chair, members of the Committee on Labor. Michelle Kurihara Klein on behalf of the Hawaii Government Employees Association and our Executive Director, Randy Pereira, in strong support of the nomination for Scott Collins. You have our testimony before you, and I wanted to be sure to be here in person in case you had any questions about the nominee or our testimony since he was unable to attend. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. We have one other testimony in support of Mr. Collins. Do we have questions for the testifiers who are here in person? If not, we'll proceed to Governor's Message 714. This is again for the Hawaii Workforce Development Council. Kelly Ueoka, and we have submitted already in person testimonies from Mr. Hayashi and Director Pereira Eustachio. We have two other testimonies in support, and we also have the nominee here today. So, Mr. Ueoka, if you want to come forward and spill your guts.
Thank you, Chair and Vice Chair. I really appreciate the opportunity to testify. I'm Kelly Ueoka, President of a local technology integration firm called PAXA, which is 100% wholly owned by an entity that's local to the islands. And I was inspired by the nomination because PAXA had seen an opportunity to create its own workforce development program that was meant to help anyone to have gainful opportunity in technology employment. And this, as you know, especially with the pandemic, became paramount to almost kind of like survival in a lot of instances. So I humbly ask, and I share the sentiment of the other candidate, Mr. Demello, that I humbly ask to have the opportunity to serve.
Thank you. Once you stay there just a moment, do you have any questions for the in-person testifiers or Mr. Ueoka? Oh, thank you. Thanks for coming.
I think there may be one other person to also testify on this topic in person.
Okay.
If there's anybody else that wishes to testify.
I don't have that person on my list.
No, they're present. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Next, we have Governor's Message 715. This is for, again, the Hawaii Workforce Development Council, Shannon, Okinaka. We have testimony, in-person testimony from Mr. Hayashi and Director Pereira Eustachio. We also have written testimony from one individual, and we have the nominee on Zoom. Okinaka.
Hi, good afternoon, Chair, Vice Chair, and members of the committee. I'm Shannon Okinaka, Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer at Hawaiian Airlines. And I have been serving on the WDC board for several years, and I greatly appreciate the opportunity to serve the community, the governor, and the state in that capacity. And I hope to continue to be able to contribute, my experiences and the experiences of Hawaiian Airlines. I think coming out of the pandemic, I think we're in a unique position as a large employer in the state to really add a voice in this space, the employment space, and what employers are looking for, and hopefully add value to the DLIR and WDD with their efforts in this space. So I appreciate your consideration.
Thank you. I think that's it. Members, do you have any questions for the nominee or for the testifiers who are here? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. We'll proceed to Governor's Message 716 for the Hawaii Workforce Development Council. We have Sean Knox. We have testimonies from Mr. Hayashi and from Director Stakio, and we also have the nominee here.
Although I also
Aloha.
have testimony letters to submit at this time.
Okay. You can make a statement.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time, Chair, Vice Chair, and members of the committee. My name is Sean Knox. I am a business owner here, here in Hawaii. My office is located in Honolulu, but we've got locations across the state. I'm in the unique position of owning an employment agency. So we have about 1,800 employees that we bring on board every year. So I have a unique perspective on what the employers of the state are looking for in various industries, from hospitality, agriculture, industrial, military support, as well as what the applicant pool right now is available to do and looking to do in their chosen profession. So it's a great position to be in, to support the Workforce Development Council, which I've had the pleasure of doing for 6 years. In those 6 years, I've served as vice chair of the Employment Engagement Committee. I've also served as chair of the Performance Measures and Accountability Committee, and currently am the assistant vice chair of the WDC board. So I've thoroughly enjoyed my time and felt my contributions have been listened to, and I just greatly appreciate your reconsideration of my time on board.
Thank you. Thank you for your service too. Do you have any questions from members on the nominee, or to any of the testifiers? Okay, if not, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Then we also have Governor's Message 746. This is for Hawaii Workforce Development Council, Rona Fukumoto. We have the written testimony of Mr. Hayashi and Director Peraro Eustachio. We have, I believe, one Zoom testifier, Paige Hekathon Choi.
No longer on. So
Okay. And we have the nominee here in person.
Good afternoon, Chair Taniguchi, Vice Chair Ihara, and members of the committee. My name is Rona Fukumoto. I am the President and Chief Executive Officer of a nonprofit, Lanakila Pacific. And I started my career in a small nonprofit helping people with disabilities find employment. And at that time, I learned about the Workforce Development Council. So it is really an honor to be nominated, because I really looked to the council at the time for to learn about the workforce, and just it's really an honor to be nominated. Now, as President and CEO of Lanakila Pacific, I continue the work helping people with disabilities find employment. We're also looking at employment options for seniors. And since my first job, I worked in homeless services, helping people who are homeless and veterans get back into the workforce. So I think I have a lot to offer as far as the marginalized communities and having a voice in this council.
Thank you. See, I believe we also have 11 or so other testimonies in support. Do we have any questions for Ms. Fukumoto or for the testifiers who are here in person? No? If not, I think that's it for our governor's messages today. We'll recess the public hearing and go into decision making. Welcome back. We are going into decision making on the hearing that we just held on a number of governor's messages. Chair is going to recommend that we advise and consent on all of these that we just heard, which would include governor's messages 691, 692, 693, 694, 695, 696, 714, 715, 716, and 746. Is there any discussion? If not, Senator Ihara.
For the members of the Committee on Labor, Culture, and the Arts, we're voting on, in one motion, to advise and consent to all of the governor's messages on the 3 p.m. agenda for today. Ready? Chair Taniguchi.
Aye.
Vice Chair votes aye. Senator Chang.
Aye.
Senator Kyoho Kaloli.
Aye.
And Senator Favela is excused. All the GMs on this agenda have been approved.
Thank you very much, members, and thank you for coming and testifying and joining us today. Thank you. We'll recess.